talking about what to do and the steps you need to take when you're bringing your houseplants indoors. Basically, what we want to look to do when we're bringing a houseplant indoors is to first get them acclimated to much lower light situations. They are used to hot humidity, they're used to being watered often, and they're used to the brighter situations when they're outside. Houseplants are generally considered to be tropical plants, so any temperatures about 45 degrees or lower is going to harm them or stress them out in certain ways, especially when they've been used to the 70-degree nights we've been getting in the summertime. When we want to transition any houseplant into indoors, you don't want to shock it by just bringing it inside, plopping it in a rather lower light situation or a corner in your home. That is going to stress out the plant a lot, again, especially when they've been used to a different kind of treatment throughout the summertime. What you want to start doing within 2 weeks before, when the nights start to get about 50 degrees, in the 2 weeks before that, you want to start gradually bringing the plant over into shadier situations so that they can adjust. Not necessarily just bringing it into the house, but you can bring it into closer to the house or a darker corner on your porch or something of that situation. Don't have another option to bring your plant, and go ahead and in the evenings, and then when it's nighttime, in the evenings you can start bringing in your plant for the evening and then putting it back out in the morning. So then it's going to start to adjust to the darker situation than it normally got at night. The next thing you obviously want to be concerned about is making sure that you don't end up bringing any pests into the house. But you want to make sure you're taking care of that before you bring it inside your home and before it can infest any other sort of plants. But what we're going to be doing right now is first spraying this beautiful fiddle leaf fig down with water and jet stream mode. That is going to help kind of rid what might already exist in it, also cleaning it up, getting the dust off, anything like that. But if your houseplant, for example, has something like spider mites do not like water. So we're going to be hosing it down and letting it dry, and then using a treatment such as Neem Oil to help treat anything that might be on this plant or prevent anything from happening to this plant. Sure that you're getting under the leaves, because that's where you'll find something like spider mites, where you might discover something like scale. And now we're gonna let it dry. So that might take about 30 minutes to an hour. I'm gonna come back with some neem oil. Okay, now that the plant is dry, we can go ahead and spray with neem oil. Neem oil is a very common and popular item when treating all kinds of things on plants, whether indoors, outdoors, vegetables, herbs, house plants even. We tend to recommend neem oil a lot since it is one of the most organic and natural ways to treat pests, fungus, other things like rust, whiteflies, even powdery mildew can help. And not only does neem oil help when treating those when they're active on a plant, it also helps if you regularly spray, I'd say once a month or so, preventing your plant from getting such things. So when we spray, we are going to be extremely liberal, making sure I like to focus on the stems because that's where a lot of mites and pests will hang out. We can really focus on those stems. Feel free to go ahead and move, and then getting under those nooks and crannies, because we want this plant to be dripping. Once you've coated your houseplant in neem oil, give it a bit of time, let it dry. Be sure to not let it dry in sunlight, because with an oil and sun, that's going to cause anything, any kind of plant to burn, whether it's an actual outside shrub or whatever. But especially a houseplant is going to be super sensitive to that, so make sure it's going to be in a shady location for at least the next couple hours while it dries. Neem oil is great, but you want to make sure that you do reapply this if you do have something like pests and fungus or anything like that. You're not just using it as a preventative. So when you are starting to acclimate your house plant to shadier areas so you can prepare to bring it inside, also keep in mind that neem oil is best when used and applied within 7 to 14 days, a couple different times. just to make sure you truly get everything, you get all that nooks and crannies, and your plant is protected before you bring it into your home. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope this was a very informative video, and we hope to see you soon here at Good Earth. Good luck with your houseplants and happy planting.